Hello everyone and welcome back to Catharsis Inc. So today I have for you some Dollar Tree DIYs, their last minute holiday DIYs, and you'll have to excuse my voice. I'm still trying to recover from COVID, but I definitely wanted to get these out to you because they are so cute. So the first one we're going to start with is this DIY 3D craft kit. It comes with a house and some trees and some presents and candy canes. So for this one, I'm going to be using some acrylic paint from the Dollar Tree. So I have black here, green. This little 4-piece set, I think came with a DIY kit from Target. And then I'm also going to be bringing out some of my stain, and this is in Early American. So the kit comes with this nice little base, so you can set it up in this 3D display. So I'll go ahead and set it up so we can see what it's going to look like after it's painted. Okay, so it'll look something like this once it's displayed, and it's nice because you can put these little pieces anywhere on this display that you want. So if you wanted this tree where the present is, you could do that, or you could take pieces off if you didn't like the candy canes and just leave it like that. That would be cute as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and start painting these. Okay, since stain takes longer than paint to dry, I'm gonna do my stain portions first. So I think I'm gonna stain the trunks of the trees here. And it's gonna bleed a little bit, but that's okay because we can paint over it. But that's why it's important to stain first instead of painting first. That way your paint won't get ruined. And then I think I'm gonna stain the roof of the house. And if you don't have stain, you can actually use brown paint. Just thin it down really good with water, paint it on, and then wipe it off with a paper towel, and it works just as good as stain. That's a little trick I learned. Okay, and I think I'm gonna do this little roof as well. Okay, so while the stain dries, I'm gonna go ahead and start painting the candy canes and the present. I'm going to use my paint pens, and the brand, I can't pronounce it, it's Nyutop maybe, but it's a paint marker pen, water-based, non-toxic, extra fine point. So I think for the candy canes, I'm going to use this metallic red color, and I also have a white paint marker as well that I'll use. But I'll just do every other one here, red and white. And of course, you don't have to do the standard candy cane colors. If you wanted a rainbow one, or if you wanted a green and white or a blue and white, you could definitely do that as well. That's what's fun about these DIY projects. You can make them any color you want, and any aesthetic you want as well. So I finished my candy cane. I did the metallic red with white, and then I decided on a black bow to match more my aesthetic. You'll see that when I'm done, I'm going to be painting the house black as well, so I think it'll tie in nicely. So now I'm going to go ahead and paint the present. So I went ahead and painted the present with the metallic red that I used for the candy canes. I thought maybe the scene would need some more red, not just in the candy cane. And then I accented it with black for the ribbon and the polka dots. And then I also went ahead and painted the house black as well. So while these dry, I think I'm going to go ahead and start working on the trees. And I'm gonna paint them this deep green, and then I think for the bottom here I'm gonna do white for some snow. And then I'm also gonna paint the base white as well. So let me go ahead and do that. So I apologize if the lighting has changed. It got overcast outside and I had to turn the dining room light on. So sorry about if the lighting's off. But I finally painted all the little pieces for this 3D DIY set. So I think what I'm gonna do is, just to give it some more 3D texture, I'm going to use some of this snowblower faux snow and paint it onto the base here so it looks, you know, kind of more 3D and looks actually like snow. I tried to do that with the paint at the bottom of these trees here just by coating it on thick, and I did the same thing for the tips of the trees there, but I don't know. Let's try this out and see how it works out. Okay, so some of these are still a little wet, so I'm just gonna carefully start setting them up. And this is how it turned out. I think it is so cute. It turned out so good, and it'll be a great addition to my Yule decor. The next DIY is also going to involve painting, and it's this cute little camper DIY. I absolutely love camping, and these campers are so stinking cute. I actually have some holiday campers in my decor. If you haven't seen my Yule house tour yet, definitely go check it out. I will link it up above and down below. But I thought it would be cute to add a camper DIY to my holiday decor as well. So I think I'm gonna go with a red camper and maybe do red up top here. This little strip will be white, and then the bottom will be red as well. I'm not sure if that'll be too much red or not, but I'm gonna go with it and see how it goes. So yeah, I think I'm gonna paint the bigger sections first. So yeah, let me go ahead and paint the camper itself, and then we'll move on to the little embellishments like the ornaments and the garland and stuff like that. So instead of painting the camper, you know, this red, and then this white, I decided to do all white up here with some stain in the middle and then red on the bottom. I felt like if I put red up top too, it would have been too much red, and I definitely want to incorporate red into some of the bows and then some of the ornaments as well. I also went ahead and stained the trunk of the tree. So now I'm just going to take my paint markers and do these small details, and then I'll hop back on here. So I have finished painting the camper. I think it turned out really cute. Now I think I'm going to add some embellishments. So I'm going to use some of this twine to outline the stain here and maybe the window here. I'm also going to be using some of these gems that I got from the Dollar Tree. And then I cut out a little piece of the garland, and I just trimmed down the green pieces a little bit, and I'm going to be hot gluing that on the wreath here. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll hop back on here. So as you can see, I added the wreath. I put a gem here for the doorknob. I put some gems on the tree, and then I outlined the stained portion with this twine. And you're probably curious as to why I hadn't painted the Santa. Well, I have a super cute idea. I had my grandparents sit in their car and I took a picture. So I plan to glue this here. And then I'm gonna go around it with some more twine. I think it's so adorable. My grandparents are like my mom and dad, and I absolutely love them. So I thought this would be a cute little gesture. I just think it's absolutely adorable. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what it looks like. And here they are in the camper. I think they are so cute. And this will make for a great holiday piece to cherish for years to come. Next up, I'm going to be decorating some of these cute little lanterns. I have 3 ideas in mind. So for this first one, you'll need one of the garland strips from Dollar Tree, some cranberries. So I got 2 that are unfrosted, and then 1 bunch that is frosted, and then also one of the red bows from Dollar Tree as well. So first what I'm gonna do is cut the garland enough to just wrap around the bottom of this here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna twist this on the back here. And then for these, I'm just going to wrap the wire around itself to give something for the glue to hold on to. So just like this. And then I'm going to glue that onto the garland. And this is going to be the centerpiece. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the unfrosted cranberries. And then put them to either side of the frosted cranberries. Then in addition to the berries, I also put this cute little red bow up top, and this is how it turned out. I think it is so adorable. I absolutely love it. So let's move on to the second lantern. Then for this lantern, you'll need one of the garland strips and then one of the poinsettias from Dollar Tree. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap some garland around the top here and around the bottom. So let me go ahead and do that off camera. So I went ahead and cut off the gold tie on the back of the poinsettia, and I wrapped the top and the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is glue the poinsettia to the bottom of the garland. So down here. And this is how the second one turned out. I think this one is adorable as well. Super cute. So now let's move on to the third lantern. So for this one, I will be utilizing one of these ornaments I found at Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to be using the greenery and the berries that are on top here. If you don't have one of these ornaments, you can definitely use some of those garland strands and some individual cranberries. But to make things simple, I'm just going to be plucking this off of here. And I'm also going to be using one of the green bows from Dollar Tree as well. So I went ahead and took the greenery off and glued that together, and then glued the green bow at the bottom of it here. So now I'm going to glue this thing to the bottom of the lantern. And I put a little piece of felt on the back so the glue has something to hold on to when I place it on the lantern. And this is how the third one came out. It's simplistic but super cute. And this is how all 3 of them look together. I think they turned out really cute, and they're the perfect festive flair for any holiday party. So this next DIY brings all the nostalgia feels for me. It's this Scottish Terrier dog that I found at Dollar Tree, and it's just a wood cutout that I found, and it reminds me of Christmas time in the 90s. I think back in the day it was either a a red shirt or a red dress, and it had a black Scottish Terrier on it with this really pretty red collar on it, and it just reminds me of, you know, back in the 90s during Christmas time. So I thought it would be a cute idea to use some of Dollar Tree's vinyl plaid vinyl paper to put on top of this Scottish dog cutout, and then we'll put some embellishments on it. So I'm going to go ahead and trace the dog on the white side of the vinyl, and then we can go ahead and cut that out. So I went ahead and I cut out what I traced, and this transfer paper is really nice because we won't have to use any glue. It's kind of like a sticker, so all we have to do is remove the backing, this white portion, off of the transfer paper, and then we can stick it directly on the dog. Okay, so I put the transfer paper on and it looks so adorable. So we're gonna go ahead and give this puppy a collar. So I'm gonna utilize one of these garland strands. So I'm just gonna wrap it around the puppy's neck. And then we can cut some of this off of here. And then on the back side, we can twist the garland on top of itself to keep it from moving. Okay, and then I'm gonna add this cute little bow. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut this silver part off. And then add some glue. And then put it down here near his neck. And I think he turned out really cute. Now, if you wanted to use them as a tabletop decor, you could take one of those small frames from Dollar Tree and just take the back portion off, the little kickstand, and glue it onto your dog so it stands up by himself. Or you can glue a piece of ribbon on the back here and do a little loop so you can hang them and make them an ornament, or hang them on your wall. I think I might just leave him how he is, and maybe next year I'll add him to a bigger decoration, but I'll have to see. But I think he's super cute and he's given me all the 90s nostalgia feels. And then our final DIY, you're going to need some of these LED wire lights, and you can use any type of LED lights that you want. I chose these beautiful gold leaf ones that I got from the Dollar Tree. You'll need one of these light bulb terrariums, one of the mini trees from Dollar Tree, and some faux snow, and one of these green bows. So first we're going to take our LED lights and string them through the top hole here. I've already taken the tag off and the string. So we'll just feed these through here and pull it out the bottom hole. Okay. Next, we're going to wrap our LED lights around our tree. Okay, and then we're going to put a little bit of glue on the top of our tree just to hold the light down. So we'll put the very top of the gold part onto our tree. Okay, and then we're going to put our tree inside of the terrarium very carefully. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the tree so it can stand up without falling over. I'm just gonna glue that to the bottom of the terrarium here. Okay, now we're gonna take some faux snow and just put it in the bottom of our terrarium. And I'm also gonna take this cute little bow and glue it to the top of the light bulb here. And this is how it turned out. I think it is so pretty. It reminds me of the forest, and there's just something about it that is just so gorgeous. I love the gold with the tree and just it being in a light bulb. It is just gorgeous. I love it so much. I look like a hot mess, but I hope you all enjoyed this Dollar Tree DIY video. I apologize for it being so late. I definitely wanted to get it out way before this for you guys, but of course I'm sick and some of my family members have COVID and probably me. I'm not even sure. I wasn't tested, but my other family member was, and they tested positive for COVID, so who knows, I probably have it. But if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.